Yes, it's good to see you. You're real. I can't wait.
No, that's it. Big John, you out there?
Yeah, yeah. You know what, Julius? I'm here and I'm absorbing all of the emotions, right? All the positive
Yes, it's good
emotions,
to see you.
and there's good reason. There's good reason because, like Kirk Coran says, we've been doing this for 2.5, on our way to 3 years right now. But it was just the engine being built, right? And now the engine is built. Now it's ready to go. So if you were with us since the beginning, kudos to you for hanging in there. If you were in with us for a year and maybe you didn't do too much, maybe you were plugging in, maybe you were getting on trainings, on company calls, kudos to you for hanging in there. But we're not going to this convention to have. Can you mute everybody, please? We're not going to this convention for rah rah and to be cheerleaders. Here's why people are going to this convention. Anybody that puts their head down, starting from this coming weekend, is going to have an opportunity over the next 24 months to build something that's going to pay them and their families for the rest of their lives. See, you can't do that in any other business. We have something that nobody has. We're on the cutting edge with our technology for the first time in the energy industry. Please take that seriously. What does that mean? You've been given a vehicle to really write your own paycheck. Every one of us has been given a vehicle to write our own paychecks. I'm starting to write mine right now. And how we do that is by helping others. So yeah, I'm jacked up. I don't think I've ever been more excited in my entire life. I know where this is going. My job is to share my vision and the company's vision with everybody that has a pulse, like Lynette Roberts is doing right now. Back to you, Julius.
Hey, guys, I always say that you're just one away, and I got to talk to Lynette on her journey, and I'm going to tell you guys about Lynette Roberts real quick because, people see all the glory, right? But when you crank in 11 hours down the road, to get to Atlanta, when people don't talk about that, but when I tell you, Lynette, I was like, Lynette, how's it going? You're in Atlanta, da da da. Lynette sends me a picture. She's with Dr. Frazier. And then I talked to Lynette the next day, like, hey, Lynette, what's up? She was like, I'm in Houston. I'm like, what do you mean you're in Houston? You was just in. She was like, oh, yeah, we got down to Houston. I said, that's the stuff people don't see. But when you talk about great leadership, when you have a vision, when you have a vision, there's just nothing that can stop you. When you guys understand, when you understand something can change your life, what would you do for it? And I think that's really what it comes down to is that what would you do? And I just believe that successful people make uncommon choices. Successful people just make uncommon choices. When John and Kurt were riding all over the country, uncommon choices, because you can't have a uncommon income and make common choices. You can't expect to have radical results and make mediocre decisions. And that's not to make people feel pressure or feel anything, but I just want you to know is that we're gonna all look back in the next. I can't the ambition. Look, Empower 30, right? Empower 30. We're gonna go, and it's gonna just be millionaires walking across the stage, and they're gonna say, "Well, how did it happen?" It happened with a whole lot of uncommon choices, a lot of radical decisions, realizing that something was going to happen. And so this morning, guys, we are talking Empower 2025. Um, Folks are headed down, folks are getting there, folks are driving there. And I'm just excited for us to have time together. I will let you guys know I was really working hard to do a live Monday morning Mojo call. But I have to be radical because the company didn't have the space to make it happen. So I will be creating a WhatsApp group for Mojo 2025. I'll be dropping the location because we gonna do this. I know it might be in a lobby, but I need y'all to know we doing this, and I need somebody that's in Dallas to bring me a big Bluetooth speaker. All right, somebody that's in Dallas. I need a big Bluetooth speaker because sometimes you just gotta do stuff, right, and ask for forgiveness later. So we'll talk about that later. Nobody from corporate's on here. Is it? All right. All right. So look, guys, I'm excited. So let's talk about game plan 2025. That's what I want to talk to Kirk and John, because we're getting ready for what's going to happen this week. There's going to be announcements that are going to happen Saturday, right? But I want to talk game plan because those announcements are going to have impact, right? And so Kirk and John, Lynette, I want to talk through the game plan, right? The 30 days, because we're going to hit, you're going to be getting ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but people need to be prepared to launch again. Launch like it's brand new. Like our first day is going to be next Monday, right? And so let's talk about that a little bit. And for those of you coming down to Empower, those who are not, there are people that right now are saying, "Hey, I'm not going to go." And what I'm going to tell you is find a way. Be radical in your decision making this week. Get in the car with somebody. I got people calling me like, "Hey, does this person have a room?" Yes, this person got a room. They bunking up together. They figuring it out. Yep. I'm going to challenge you to be radical. You have told yourself that you couldn't do it all week. Last week, you told yourself, "I can't do it. I can't do it." Oh, you gave yourself a reason why you can't. And I want somebody on this call that right now had made a decision they weren't not going to go to find a way to get in the room. I want somebody to just make a decision for themselves, because what I'll tell you is the power that's going to be on this call next Monday morning is going to be something that you're going to regret if you weren't there. And so, John and Kirk, look, let's talk about it, man. Like, plan 2025, because after this week, it's on. You talk about speed. You talk about radical recruiting. We don't know, but the company drops this week is going to change everything for us. So guys, talk a little bit about like the mindset and the planning that people need to be thinking. Resetting your list with another 5,000 people. Let's talk about it.
Well, you know what, Julius? Get Kirk.
Yeah, no, what I was going to say, let's start with, people are making the investment. People that are already committed, going down to the convention, be present in the room. What I mean is, so many people, they don't sit in the seat. They don't pay attention to actually, understand corporate is working their butts off to deliver something special for all of us. And, I've been to so many events where people getting up, going out of the room, coming back in. And, I encourage all of you to be present in the room. That's the first thing I would say, because there's little tidbits that come from one person that could change the entire direction of where this is going for you. And you don't know who that's actually going to be, but that would be the first thing I would talk about, Julius. And then, we're all relaunching. I'm already making a new list, adding to my original list, people to follow up with. I'm already finding that people are hearing the excitement in my voice and my belief in what we're about to do. And now they're taking another look. Maybe they'll hop on board, maybe they won't. I can't worry about that. What I do want to worry about is knowing that they heard it from me, right? They heard it from me. Don't be mad 3 years from now wondering what I did to live the life that I'm living, because we all jumped in and paid a price for a limited period of time to live that lifestyle that we all desire, which is, it's not necessarily millions of dollars, but financial freedom, time freedom is having enough money coming into your bank account every month where Lynette wants to go to Florida and hang out on the beach, he can do that. John wants to fly out to Hawaii because he feels like it, he can do that. Julius is on his way to Italy. he can do that. That's time freedom. You don't have to punch that clock. You don't have to report to anybody. That is where my passion lies. And John, I'm excited because I know that we're going down there and things are going to change in a way that we never dreamed of. So I would just tell everybody to go with an open mind, with excitement, and be present in the room is my message.
Yeah, and I'm right with you, Kirk. I'm right with Julius, Lynette, and everybody else that really has the vision to see where this thing is going. And that's what I'm doing exactly. Also, I'm resetting myself. I'm going to come back from convention. I'm going to wake up next Monday, do this same Mojo call, right? Uh, and I won't say with more excitement because my excitement level has been the same right from the beginning. I knew where this was going because of the people that were steering the ship, because of the investment the company had behind them. Think about it. Do you think there's going to be $176 billion publicly traded company that's just going to hand out $100 million to somebody because they like them? No, 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 no. The handwriting was on the wall from me from day one, Kirk. Like you said, I knew it was going to be a fight. I knew we were going through the jungle. I knew the technology wasn't going to be there. There was going to be a lot of problems. There was going to be a lot of disappointment, a lot of people let down, a lot of people with false hope. But here's what I knew. I knew if you paid the price from day one, you're going to be a happy camper today. I just knew it. I felt it in my heart of hearts because I believed in Michael Falquist, and the rest is just common deduction, right? It's just common, right? You look and you say, wait a minute, we got this kind of financial backing. We have this technology that nobody else has. We're getting in an industry with community solar, and we are attracting all the developers with all the inventory moving forward for many years to come. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to sign up for that. Yeah, I'm going to go work this for 3 years, help people change their lives, help people retire and tell their boss to go scratch. I'll see you later. Right? And that's what I'm all about. I'm all about sharing the vision with people, not just getting people excited, but it's about all of us taking action. It's about writing our lists, right? Always updating our lists and treating this like a real business. And if you're just calling one or two people a week and you're pulling names out of your hat, out of the sky, you're treating this like a hobby, and nobody gets paid for hobbies. We don't get paid for hobbies, none of us. So yeah, let's hit Lynette back. Lynette, tell
Thank you,
everybody what
John.
tell everybody what your last week looked like, Lynette.
You know, I was planning to come to going to a convention with Dr. George C. Fraser. He has his own event that he puts on, and it is very powerful, and it's called Power X. So I said, okay. And, we've been planning for a little while to go down and speak. And there was a little mix up in the scheduling. So, led us to do some different things. But I was going to fly, and I have a teammate that was driving to Houston. And I was like, "You going by yourself?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Oh, no, we're not going to do that. That's a long ride by yourself as a female. I'm going to Atlanta if you want to go with me there, and then we come to Houston. I can do that. I can help you with that drive." So that's what we did. And I must tell you, it was a beautiful ride down. But when I got there, the people that were in the room, the the energy was just different. And it was so much excitement. And these people were dressed to impress. They're professionals, they're business minded, entrepreneur, looking for entrepreneurship too. So that's the other side of it. So we were able to get some things done for Dr. Frazier, invite as many people as we can, get them out into the room. And we had a small room of people that showed up because we had a double event happening. But that's okay. He still was able to speak to a lot of those individuals. And what you saw was the tip of the iceberg of what's about to take place under him and his organization and what he's about to do, because he truly believes in energy. And the reason is his wife was an employee for and in management for energy company for 30 plus years, and she retired from that. And he said most of my portfolio is in energy. And that's huge, right? But he expressed that in front of the room. So I spoke to a group of people, about 25 people or more. And I must tell you, many of them just jumped in right then and there. They didn't leave the room. We were in that room till like 11 o'clock, putting people in. Some people were even got in at midnight, so a little after midnight. So that was exciting, right? And that is exciting. But there's 400 people we missed. And so now he wants us to get the word out to those 400 people and make sure that they have the opportunity to hear what we have our hands on. And it's absolutely special to be able to do something like that. But I must tell you, Big John, that was a movement and in the right direction. And I said, we got to keep our hands on the pump and just keep pumping. Just keep
Yeah,
pumping. Keep
That's it.
going.
That's it.
Just keep going,
Lynette,
and we got
Lynette,
to be coachable. Go ahead,
yeah,
Karen.
I know, I knew where you were and I knew what you were doing. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of laughing right now that you said there's only 25 people in the room, because if that's true, I think every one of them signed up, because we kept getting new EA, new EA, new EA. And it was, and I
Yeah.
sent you a text message. Probably it was after midnight. I don't know, but I said, you are
Yeah.
amazing. And you said,
You
we're
did.
just getting going or something like
We're
that.
just getting started.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun to watch. And, I want everybody to think about what she just said. She flew to Atlanta. Atlanta is
Drove.
not a market
I
where
drove.
or drove, I'm
He
sorry.
drove.
I
She
drove.
drove to Atlanta, and Atlanta is not a market where we're open. I hope everybody's vision is getting clearer here, that it don't matter where you live, it matters who you know. And, I'm not saying this was even said, but I had a vision of this company and I kept hearing about the technology. And, Julius and I had the privilege of golfing with Michael in Cancun. And I mean, he's just at a whole nother level of excitement and belief himself. And when you felt it immediately. And what if, I'm just saying, what if? What if what we hear about on Saturday is something that is potentially going nationwide, into every home, and we can help millions and millions of people, and we're at the ground floor of this massive movement, and someday people are going to look back
That's
and say, I,
crazy.
I was in the room. And that's, Julius, you say this, I love it. Day one, first in the
Day
room
one.
is, there's something that it's just a powerful place to be. And, you know, you're here. The rooms, I'm not being, I'm not being a hokey network marketer here. I'm telling you that the launch of this company is on Saturday. It's real and you
It's
can
real.
believe it. So congratulations, wherever you're at in this company. If I were you, I would be proud of what you've already accomplished, not satisfied, but proud, and determine where you're going. I do know that there's people like Lynette and Milton and Julius, and again, not to leave anyone out. Um, they already know where they're going. They've already said, I'm going to partner, I'm going to senior partner. They're not playing games. I see Mikey and Mandy have set up shop in Texas and made things happen in a state where they didn't know anybody. And it's
Right.
because people are looking right now. People are open minded. And here's my saying, and I know somebody wants me to record this, but I'm going to say it. We are we are a technology, no, how did I say it? We are a cloud-based company, technology company in the energy space, about to turn it on its head. delivering innovation and value to customers like it's never been done before. Never been done before. We're going to do it. So, John, I'm
Well,
pumped.
That's it.
yeah, I
Hey,
got
hey,
I got a different title to that, Juice. We are a vacation club disguised as an energy business. That's what I like,
we
folks.
go on a lot of vacations, a lot of vacations,
If
a
I,
lot of vacations.
here's, we all have points of frustration, right? In life, in business, having a job, family, like the biggest frustrating thing to me is watching people that have potential, that have the posture, dress good, look good, they're strong, they got a good business mind, but there's something holding them back
Mhm.
from taking action. Like they have a code, a padlock with 4 digits, and they got 3 of them set the right way. That last digit, if there's so many people in this company like that, that if they ever put their focus on this and started leading, they'll know why we're so excited. Because I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
this thing, hey, Jewel, why don't we
Hey,
bring on
big
Mandy
John,
Smith?
John, I want to share this real quick. John, you're the one who told John. If you guys ever did a 3-way call with John and Kirk, they're gonna hurt people's feelings that they're gonna be sad that they didn't get in, right? But I was on the phone with somebody that we had to all talk to. She's a really big network marketer. I finally got through. We've been texting. Super leader, and just had a brand new baby. And I said to her, I said, you have built teams of 100,000 people, and you love being with your family, and you love building wealth. But what you're doing right now will not be your one more time for the last time. She said, what did you say? I said, what you're doing right now will not be your one more time for the last time. I said, because if your residuals connected to a product, you got to keep selling the product. You never will be done.
Hmm.
You never can stop. You never can go and enjoy it, because if the team's not swiping that card at the end of every month, your money's always going to be in flux. And I said, so, but guess what? I said, you've looked at the business. We've talked about it. You see what we're doing. You and I know that, and I think Kirk said it. Kirk said it. $1 billion company doesn't invest $100 million just for fun. They're looking at value. So there are people that already knew. And I said to her, I said, you believe in wealth. I said, you're successful family. I have so much respect for you. But you and I know that right now you won't be done. But if you did the same thing over here in this company, you're going to hit partner. You're going to hit regional partner. You're going to hit senior partner. And it'll be your one more time for the last time.
Hmm.
And I said, and you'll be able to enjoy the time with that baby, just like I enjoy the time up here in New York with my son. And you're going to enjoy that time a lot more instead of, and she said, Julius, you really went in on me this time. I said, no, I have respect for you. And I hate to see a leader sacrifice. You've been sacrificing for almost 20 years in this industry. But now we got automation, we got AI, and we got energy. She said, what? I said, we got automation, we got AI, and we got energy. I said, I got auto save that's going to automatically check every month. It's like a little AI bot that goes and checks every month to see. I said, I got Think Smart that's saying, okay, we're going to control the thermostat so we can predict and manage the costs inside the house. Then I got Community Solar that's going to guarantee for 20 years. And guess what? Nobody's got to swipe a credit card at the end of the month so you get your residual.
Hmm.
I said, these are facts. I'm not trying to pump you up. I'm not trying to get you excited, but these are facts. And I said, for a successful businesswoman like yourself, I want you to dream and think about that over the next 24 hours. And so, Big John and Kirk, you guys have encouraged me to be bold and be in people's face, because not only it's about their loss, but if we don't speak up,
It's our
there's going
loss
to be
too.
people that are hurting, and we got to get bold. Lynette, people don't even know. Most people don't know who Mr. Frazier is, but Mr. Frazier got a million person list. Okay,
Yeah.
but Lynette spoke up, because when I tell you, he's heard about Think Energy before Lynette Roberts, but somebody didn't speak up. And I'm telling you, you are just one away. You're just one person away. Be bold enough to speak up, guys. And that's where we're at. We're in a bold space right now with this company, and be bold and go hard,
Well,
guys. So
well,
thank you, Kirk and John.
well, you know what, Julius, you're 100% right, and that was genius what you just did there because there's no reason to show any weakness, right? When you show weakness or procrastination or hesitation to somebody else, you just lost them right on Jump Street, man. But when you go strong and confident and borderline arrogant, borderline, you're going to get people's attention. You're going to get people to take the hard look. And that's all we ask of ourselves in this business, right? I don't care if somebody joins or they don't. My job is to show people, right? My
That's it.
job is to show people. And you know what? I want to bring Mandy Smith on if she's available, if she can unmute herself for a minute. Mandy, you there?
Hey, Big John. Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning, Mandy Smith. Mandy, tell us what you got going on. You and the cowboy, Mikey Gomez. What do you got? What do you got going on down there in
We're ready to
Texas?
wrangle in Texas, Big John, in a big way. And this Thursday night, this is going to be the prelude leading up to, our convention starting on Friday. So I know a lot of the leaders, a lot of guests are actually coming into to Dallas tomorrow, starting tomorrow, even Wednesday, even Thursday. And this is going to be the invitation. This is going to be the event that is going to give a sneak peek into who Think Energy is, right? And really the surface that we've scratched up until now. So this is an invitation event. Get your guest in the room. We are going to be in Euless, Texas, which is right near about 15-20 minutes from the conference at the Gaylord this weekend. But Thursday night is going to be literally just it's going to be a sneak peek right into who we are and what we're doing and the game changing announcements that's coming this weekend. And this is going to be an invitation only. So you want to invite your guests. Who do you know in the Dallas Fort Worth area? Who do you know? Get your people there. Have all of your teammates, your advisors dig deep into their networks, right? Get people in the rooms because if you get them in that room on Thursday night, I guarantee you they will be coming to conference with you on Friday night, right? It's an automatic given. So on Thursday night, whoever guests are in the room, there and they sign up that night, they will get a discounted Empower 25 ticket. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's going to be a 50% off discount ticket
Wow.
to come to conference. So trust me, this is going to be the last chance, right? like the last chance to get as many exposures as you can for any of your network that's here in Dallas. You want to get them in the room because they will be coming to conference with you. It is an automatic given. And if I've heard correctly, they're cutting off the ticket sales on Wednesday. So this
Yep.
is like the last chance, the last call to dig deep in your networks and get your people there, pack out the room, and we're gonna take this thing to the next level. So I look forward to seeing each and every one of you guys this weekend.
Mandy,
Man,
thank you for all you do. Is that on can people find that on the Think Success calendar, Mandy? Do you have that on the calendar, the company calendar?
We have not put that on the company calendar yet. We've just shared it in our group chats with all the leaders, with our team so far. But guys, each and every one of you on this call, get the flyer out. I know Mikey just dropped it in the chat. Get that flyer out to each and every one of your teammates, and let's spread this thing like wildfire.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Mandy, I
beautiful.
want to thank you and Mikey for actually putting this together and reaching out to all the other leaders, up line, cross line, down line. You know, you guys have been amazing, really leading the charge in Texas. And This is your moment in time, and we just are very grateful for the vision you and Mikey are bringing to Texas. So it's going to be a good event. Very exciting. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, we have somebody really special on this call. She don't usually get up this early because she's on the phone till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. She's one of our regional partners. There's only 3 in the company. Bella Wurzberger, extremely wonderful person, a great leader. You want to talk about somebody that communicates with her team and just makes good recommendations to the company. I believe Bella's on. I think she
Yep.
jumped off. Is she
No,
on?
she's here.
She's on. You
Yeah,
sure?
she's here. Go ahead, Bella. Good
Hi,
morning,
good
Bella.
good morning, good morning. Well, you guys are so inspiring. Oh my goodness. I feel like I want to sign up all over again. Kirk, are you taking me, John, again for a
No,
downline?
that would be
Uh,
me, Bella. You can sign up under me
Bella,
today.
I
Okay, I'm
got you,
ready.
Bella. I got you. I see you the link right now. I
Yeah,
see you the
I
link
spoke up
right
first.
now.
I spoke up first.
Hey, Bella, we appreciate you hopping on. We appreciate all you do. It was a blessing the day I met you and your husband, Nick. And Bella, you heard Julius talking to a big product-based network marketer that had at one time 100,000 people in her downline. And you heard what he said to her, right?
Loved it. I
And
loved it.
Bella, so why don't you talk to everybody? You were a top earner. You were business partners with the best that ever lived. You were best friends with the best that ever lived, Jim Rohn, somebody we still all listen to this day. Can you please tell us what that experience was like? And number 2, tell us why Julius was so right on what he said to that young lady.
Oh my goodness, Julius, you were so on target. I loved every word you were saying. It couldn't have been more true. It's so funny because I just had a call last week. One of my downline put me on for a validation with a very big heavy hitter that's making millions of dollars in another company. And so that person was grilling me to pieces. But it was such an incredible call. I enjoyed every moment of it because I told him, Dan, I want to ask you a question. The minute you stop promoting the products, the minute you stop being rallying your team that every single product has to be used and bought and blah, 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 and auto ship and all of that, what will happen to your check?
Mm.
I said, I was in a company, in a very big company. It's still thriving today. Top rank in the company. I retired for the company after 16 years being the number one producer every single month in the company. I retired because I wanted to help my parents. Me and Nick, we had to make a very important decision. Is it our business or is it our parents? And I made a decision nothing is worth to me in the world as much as my parents. And I just told all my network, I love you guys. I'm here to help and support you, but I will not be able to be here like I was till now. And I took my parents into my own home, moved them into my home, and I'm so grateful to God that I ever did that. They lived with me for the last 7 years of their life. It was the most amazing time we ever spent together. Very, very sad times to see them deteriorating and going, but very happy for me that I was able to be there for them. In those years, we didn't work, not me and not Nick, and we lived off of our residual income that we have worked for so hard so many years before. So that's why residual income is so near and dear to my heart. Nothing in the world comes close. You could be the biggest businessman in the world, but if you don't have that freedom, like Kirk, you were saying, I love the time of freedom. If you don't have that freedom of residual income, you never know when your business is going to go belly up one day. You just never know. And that's what I was telling that guy that after 10 years living off of the residual income, All of a sudden, my residual income started dwindling every month downward, where now it's sad and it's almost embarrassing to say that there's nothing left of that residual income. And I told that guy, you know why? Because it was all product related. Because I wasn't promoting the products every single day anymore. I just couldn't. And so, if you have to be present, if you have to beg people to buy products every month, that's not a long term viable business for anybody. That's why I got attracted to energy, because I will never have to beg anybody to pay their electricity bill ever again. They will do it with or without me. And that's what attracted me. I don't have to take a dollar out of anybody's pocket ever. And I can help change so many people's lives. If you just have a passion, that's all you need. I hate salespeople. I love passionate people. Just have to be passionate. If you love helping people, by default, you're going to be very successful here.
Bella, I want to thank you for. I remember the phone call, Bell. I remember the
Yes,
phone call. I
yes,
called you. I knew you were
yes.
special right from the beginning, and I kept talking to the Kenny brothers. I'm saying, if this woman just hangs in there long enough to get the vision, and then I called you that day and I asked you to give me 90 days, to borrow my belief for 90 days, and you gracefully said yes, Bella. And
And John, I want to thank you in front of everybody now. Thank you for doing that for me, for always being beside me, always being all over every step of your way. You're always there for me. I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Bella, no thanks necessary. It's a blessing. You and your husband, the type of leaders you are, you never get down. You're always upbeat. You're always leading people. You lift people up every day, multiple times, multiple people. But Bella, we have something on this call, and it's called We Have Leaders, our co hosts, that give a nugget to everybody on the call. Can you give us a short nugget and start this process off for us?
The nugget that I would give is very much like what I said now. You really have to be, it's all, John, I had a conversation with a guy yesterday. The guy was telling me, I said the same words you were saying, but I don't know why the person just didn't go for what I said. I said, it's not what you say, it's
Mm,
how you feel about what you say.
mm,
So, you know what? All I can tell you guys, you could be the best person out there and you're doing a great job, but it's your sincerity, your conviction, your attitude
mm,
that's going to come straight through to the person's heart. You don't have to be an expert. Guys, I don't have any idea about energy. Believe me, I sometimes laugh to myself. How did I end up in an energy business? I don't even know how to read my own electricity bill. My
mm,
husband
mm,
does it for me, thank God. I'm so not an energy type person. That goes to show you that everybody can do this business. You don't have to become an energy expert. All you need to do is be a total, sincere, genuine person. And that's going to come through whether you're trying to recruit, whether you're trying to enroll a customer. Like I was telling Brendan, I don't even know why we need the fear of rejection on stage. Why do you need a fear of rejection here? Rejection for what?
yeah,
You're here
yeah,
to do the person a favor.
yep,
If they don't want it, great. Enjoy paying the utility bills for the rest of your life. Have a great life.
yep. Bella, thank you, Bella. We look forward to seeing you, and I believe you have 100 or over 100 people. It speaks. See, you don't know how to read a bill, Bella, but the one thing you know how to do is you know how to read people. And
Yes.
that's the most important thing. So we love you, Bella. You're an
Thank you.
inspiration to everybody in this company. And we're just getting started. So I'm going to take it over. I'm going to let the ladies give the nuggets first. I'm going to take it back to Lynette Roberts for her nugget for everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Big John and Bella. I've always been a fan, but right now I'm in a coachable moment and a teachable moment and a trainable moment. And those were some good diamonds that you just put on the table. I truly appreciate that because what you made me think about is it is the passion, but more so, people do follow people, and you have to speak with that. And guess what? We can never say the wrong thing to the right person. So we just have to keep speaking up. And I must tell you guys, coming to conference, you're going to get many diamonds. You're going to be able to see Bella, her team, and the top leaders, Mandy and Mikey, Julius. You're going to see Kirk, Big John. Michael Falquest is going to be in the room. So if you have anybody that has any doubt, get them to that conference. But more importantly, make sure you're present, like Kirk said, in the room. People follow leaders. And if you are up and out of your seat and you're not paying attention, everyone else will be too. That's on your team. So make sure that when you're there that you are present. Have your notebook, be ready because we are in a very much so coachable and teachable moment that I don't think any of us are really ready for. So I don't know what they're announcing, but we can guess all day long. But I'm almost sure we are going to be in a position to be a rocket up out of that conference. So my nugget today is, John, keep your hands on the pump, keep pumping, and be coachable, trainable in these moments.
Thank you, Lynette. Julius Weems, how about a nugget from you, brother?
Hey, I know everybody wasn't on when I first started, but this stayed with me after I saw it this weekend from Mr. Myron Golden, and it was just so impactful. I even used it on my morning prayer call this morning. But I want you to think about your business. I want you to think about how powerful it is, and the company's going to do what it's supposed to do. And but we are in a special time. But you want to look at your business like this. You want to look at your business like a tree. On that tree you're going to have leaves, and leaves are going to come in, and when the wind blows, those leaves and those people in your business that aren't meant to be there, they may blow away. They're like that tree behind John. Some of those leaves are going to stay and some aren't.
What?
Then you're going to have branches. Then you're going to have branches on that on the tree, and those branches are going to stay a little bit longer. They're going to bring you a few more people into the business. Those branches, but when it starts to snow like it is in Chicago today, some of those branches are going to snap off, and but they're going to introduce you to a lot of people. But then, oh man, thank God you're gonna get some roots. You're gonna get some Bellas. You're gonna get some Lynnettes. You're gonna get some Big Johns and some Kirks, and they're gonna come into your business. And the wind's gonna blow, and the days the snow is gonna come, the rain is gonna fall, and they're gonna rock with you. They're gonna rock back and forth, but they're gonna stay. And all the people that signed up to get to Empower when they didn't believe it, those are your roots. And I want you guys to know that when you find those roots, you don't need a lot of them. Those roots are going to sprout new trees and new limbs and new leaves, and you're going to see yourself with a business with thousands of people because you just continue to plant and you continue to support and you can continue to find the people. And so understand that you don't need everybody. Everybody's not going to be a root. You're going to have a whole lot of leaves. You're going to have a whole lot of branches, but those roots are going to make you wealthy. They're going to become wealthy with you. You're going to have friends to travel on these trips with. You're going to have a whole new family. My wife says friends that become family, right? So I want you to go out and I want you to keep planting, keep sowing, and you're going to find a whole lot of people that stay in this business with you. And can't wait to see you all in person in Dallas. And I want you guys to know that we're going to have fun. Let's go have fun learning about what's happening next. Back to you, John.
Julius, thank you, brother. Love you, man. I love doing this call right from day one. We never missed a beat.
Never
Kirk
missed a beat, brother.
Coran. Kirk Coran, I need a nugget before I close this thing out, brother.
Well, I'm going to be brief. I'm going to segue right off what Julia said. First of all, Saturday during the day, we'll wear our team shirts. I know we have a couple. It's another great feeling when you have teams within the team that are doing their own shirts or whatever. But Saturday for Team Think Big, anyone who got the green shirts, we're going to wear them in the spirit of Team Think Big because that's how we've thought since the beginning, John, is how big this is going to be and where we're at. And, my advice is for everybody to go Be there, have fun. If you didn't hear me last night, the VIP event is going to be open to all who are registered. Bring your Western wear, and let's let these Texans laugh at us, because it's a everyday event for them. The way, wearing cowboy boots and hats, but it's going to be fun to be in Texas, and giddy up, right? So that, I just look forward to seeing everybody. And one last thing I'll say, John, that it was said to me years ago, and I think it's important, is obviously we're there with our team, but there's nothing more powerful than sitting down at the table with people that you've never talked to before. Get uncomfortable, sit with new people, obviously spend time with your team, but get to know everybody in the company, and you will be, much better for it. And I can't wait to see everybody. Thanks.
I appreciate you, brother. Love you, Kirk. See you at my house tomorrow, man, with your beautiful wife and your little puppy, right? Yeah, I take a lot of notes. I'm a scribbler. I'm a doodler. I have books out here outside by my lanai, by my outside bar, and I sit here and I take notes, and I'm going through this one book, and I'm looking at some things that I scribbled. And one of them says, if you don't design your own life, somebody else will design it for you. And you're probably not going to like that one, right? You're not going to like that design. See, you're here now. You're here with us. You made a choice, right? You made a decision. And then there's another thing I have right below that. We all must suffer one or two things in our lives, right? It's the pain of taking the time to discipline yourself how to build think energy, because we're all here right now, right? Or taking a blind eye and failing to act, where your other pain is going to be regret, right? So think about it. It's the pain of disciplining yourself to go after this. Even if it's for 2 years, from this point on, you'll be set for life. Or you made a decision, but you didn't make a total commitment, where you're going to live with regret for the rest of your life, for not following through like many people are going to do and are now currently doing. So when you hop off here this morning, folks, and I appreciate everybody hanging on, give yourself a real gut check, right? Ask yourself, well, wait a minute, if a broke firefighter who almost died 5 times from upstate New York cared enough about his family to put a focus on something that was going to give himself, and more importantly, his family, financial freedom, he don't seem that smart. He's not a rocket scientist. He's intelligent, but he's street smart. Can I do that? Right? Can I do that what Kirk Horan did? Well, my answer to you is yes. If you want to treat the business like Kirk Horan does, you can follow Kirk Horan. You can live the life of financial freedom and time freedom. So my thing is like this. What do you want? I don't know what you want. I know what I want. I know what Kirk wants. I know what Julius wants. I know what Lynette wants. Bella Wertzberger, the Kenny brothers, Mikey and Mandy, and too many other people to even mention. But what do you want? What do you want? It's there for the taking, folks. You just got to want it bad enough. I look forward to seeing everybody in Dallas. A lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs. And let's just go get it. How about a little music, Julius?
Show up. Be in the room of champions.
Be in a room, guys. Be in a room this week.
Think Empower 2025 in the room of
Great call, dude.
champions. In the room of champions. Show up. Empower 2025. Yo, this ain't just a vibe, it's a movement. Woo. Bring your energy and watch us prove it.
Let's go.
We the champions, the undisputed. The only place you find us is where the room is.
Hey.
Never question it, man. We the best at this. It's that energy that you'll remember if you
Hey,
ever
BK.
slept on
I
it.
see you,
It's that
Dr. Rod.
energy
I
that
see you,
keep us up
BK.
connected. Think energy. Empower 2025. Let's get it.
All right, Miss
If you're in
Diana.
it for the win, hands
You
up.
got boom.
Let's get it. If you're in it for the win, hands up. Let's get it. If you're in it for the win, hands up. If you're in it for the win, hands up. Let's get it. If you're in it for the win, hands up. Get power 2025. Show up. Be in the room of champions. In the room of champions. Think energy.
Guys, have an incredible day. Can't wait to see you all this week.
Have a blessed day, everybody.